Hey there, YouTubes. Hey there, YouTubes. So there is a patch out. There is two things that I care about in this patch. One, there's going to be a reward coming up for me soon if I spend more money, apparently. I'm a little bit away from Chieftain or whatever the Minotaur guy. So, yeah, I might do it. I might just do that to get him. But not to get him per se, because of the requirements that the 6th hero base is going to have. We knew that was coming up. Not defense, attack. So, hero bases. You got to build 4 level 16 gold vaults, gold mines, mana vaults, mana mills, and army camps to unlock a 6th hero base. Yeah, that's going to take forever and a day. So if I get more builders, I can get that faster. Maybe do 2 builders, 2 additional builders. I can get there a little bit quicker. It's crazy, huh? Gonna take forever. Gotta farm lots of mana and gold. Look at this. So I gotta get these suckers. As you can see, I only get these at like 14 or something like that. So I should maybe cancel this since we got ones that are higher and get the higher ones up. Same thing. Well, that's 15. That's going to 16, so that's fine. That one's already at 16, 16, 16, 16. So our gold vaults, we did that. We need to do the gold mines. We need to get those up, and dang, do we need to get up the mana mills. Those are low. Oh god. And the army camps, we're coming along. You can see most of them are 15, so in a little bit those will be up, but man, this is like a month out before I can get this going. Oh, before I can get the 6th one. You can already see I've already started to switch up my base to prepare for the 6th hero. I knew it was coming, but yeah. So I'm already starting to prepare for it. So you can take a peek at my inner portion of the base. All I'm going to do to be fully prepared for it is just move that sucker there and move that sucker there. And ta-da! It's ready for it. You put the another one right there. Bing! And it's done. So once again, the last one is going to go right up in here with this wall chunk I'm throwing around. And this is going to be, I'm sure plenty of people came up with the same kind of idea for this, because it's pretty obvious. And this way you're protected on all sides of your hero bases by a whole chunk of things. So before they attack this, they're going to have to kill this, and most likely this before they can attack this. So that gives you about a 4 protection, maybe even more. Like this base here in the center, before the hero here ever gets attacked, this has got to go, that's got to go, that's got to go, that's got to go. They got to destroy a lot of stuff to get to that. So I showed you guys one of the other videos that I was planning on going this route. Back in my 4-manning video, I showed you this is what I was ultimately planning on doing, and I did it. But now I need that hero base to to make that dream real. So, yeah, oh god, that's gonna suck. I gotta level up a lot of things. So you can see that this, just to take it to, it's gonna take 6 days just to bring this to 16. 6 days for that. 6 days for that. Even longer for this, because it's gotta go up 2. I believe it's gonna be like 10 days to get that up or something like that. So I got lots to level. It's gonna be crazy. So it's going to be costly. It's going to be really costly to get this going, man. It's going to take some time. It's going to be... And I still don't even have Cupid yet, man. I've been spending money trying to get Cupid, and that's just failing horribly. Oh, yeah. Alas. So... yeah. You look at this and, you know, this setup works quite well. And when I put the things in here, it does age pretty well. as well. So I like this design so far. You could also switch the locations of the towers. I was basically doing towers every other whatever for omnicopters. So omnicopters have to go a bit more through our heroes to do any damage to our towers. So that's sort of the logic and reasoning behind the spacing of the stuff. So there you go. Oh, phooey. I really do want that 6 hero base. And that is also going to change up Hebrew Monsters and how stuff is going to go with Hebrew Monsters. So, yeah. We're going to, updates once I get the stuff. That's, I'm what, about, that's a lot of money left there to do. That's about $120. Yeah, $120. That is $120 to do that. That's a lot of money. I've already spent a lot of money, as you can see. But is he worth it? I don't know. I gotta see what other people say. I'll most likely get him over time, but is he worth just spending that right now so I can also get my bases up and running and level some stuff faster? That is a question. That's a lot of work to do too, to get all that stuff up to 16. I knew it was coming, and I didn't really prepare for it because I wanted to get some other things up and running as well. Specifically, I got this arrow tower up to 10 and this arrow tower up to 10. My Smurf is about to have all level 10 arrow towers. That's ridiculous. My main doesn't. But my Smurf is not going to have the extra hero base. That's a very steep requirement, I think. I feel it's a fairly costly requirement to get that. So you take a peek, and all you have to do to get that is a wall of texty. You know, you gotta get all those things up to 16 to get that. And it would make you quite a bit more powerful, of course. That would a ton of power. I don't know if that affects you. If you have that 6 hero base, do you get to use that 6 hero base when attacking other people, or is it just used for Hebrew monsters and stuff like that? I'm assuming that you could also use that for attacking other people, because this is what you get and use for attacking other people. So I'm assuming you're actually going to have access to it. So yeah, it's gonna be powerful. My Smurf is gonna take forever to get to that, but I don't know if it's gonna really be that detrimental to my Smurf, because, well, simply put, the core base still is more important than the gold vaults and mana mills and all that kind of stuff, and it's more important to get that stuff up, the core base, than it is to get this other stuff. So in Here Be Monsters, it might still be best to go down with just 5 heroes if you get your core base still solid. But the only way I can know that for sure is by getting my non-core base up. So I'm getting it going. You can see I'm leveling some of them. It will happen. It will take me a bit of time, and I probably have to spend some real life money to get some more builders, because that's what's going to take, more builders. I think what I'm going to try and do is get the gold vaults, and the gold vaults are already at what they need to be. We're already there for the gold vaults. We need to change it up for the mana mills, and we need to obviously get the mana mills, mana vaults, the gold mines up. Yeah, it's gonna take forever. But I think something like this is the base setup I'm going to use for that 6th one. I think it's going to be pretty powerful. especially since they're still all targeting that entry point, and the entry point doesn't have to be 3 thick anymore, just because the how it's too thick. And you can see they pretty much pop out right there. I got this feeding them in, like I've showed you in that wall video. The only issue is, they might aggro right here, but for the most part, I haven't seen them hop the wall here yet. It's still possible for them to do that. So, but for the time being, for this being a 5-man, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to leave it like that and like this, and that's how that's going to roll. It's going to take me a bit of time to get that. It's gonna. I don't know why they just didn't put it at like a base level. Like, look at Town Hall 17. Right there is just walls. I mean, you could easily throw a hero base there instead of doing this other weird requirement. But I know why they're probably doing it, because they really hate people with Smurfs. And everyone who's Smurfing does not build these things. They don't. They don't build any of that stuff. So, how do you punish a Smurf? Well, you do exactly that. So, yep. Yeah. That's the craziness. That's what we got going on here. So, just thought I would show you a quick tour around and tell you the updates and what you should be expecting. Some people might be able to utilize that 6th base. I'm not one of them. I can't do it just yet, but I'm preparing for it. And this is the setup that I'm going to use for having the 6th base. So, whoever wants to use it, go ahead. I believe it's going to be fairly powerful. It's already pretty powerful with just 5-mans, because it's got tons of buildings to take the damage. So it's this is already doing fairly well for 5-man. I think it will do fairly well for 6-man as well. So, take a look at it, see if you like it, see if you don't. This could also be used for 3-manning. You just have 1, 2, 3. These 3 bases as your ones for attacking. And these are just more decoy buildings. So there you go. That's this is I feel it's a pretty good setup. So you can even use for 4-manning as well. I've been doing that. I still 4-man because I'm getting my Thunder God up. You can see that. Where is that? There it is. So you can see I've got Thunder God underway. He's about to go to 141. But Thunder God might now be pointless with the Chieftain guy, or whatever the heck you want to call him. Don't have him yet. I believe he's a Minotaur or something like that. The Minotaur Chieftain, something like that. Okay, so he might take Thunder God's spot, which, well, if he does, he does. If he doesn't, he doesn't. We know we need a Cupid. I want Cupid over here. So, we got lots of plans here. Lots of plans. And so you guys can see another Town Hall setup. This is a Town Hall setup specifically for level 17. And there's variants you can do for lower levels as well. You could trim this off, trim, 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 trim. And by trimming those things, you're running the risk of them attacking walls, but a slight risk, but the risk is still there nonetheless. Even with this base setup, there is a slight risk of attack. So say this is destroyed, and this is destroyed, and this is all that's left up, and they attack from here, and they go this way, and sometimes they'll attack right here. Now that was never the case with, they never attacked this wall before, when you don't have this thing here. So it probably has something to do with how long they have to run before they just get frustrated and be like, screw it, I'm attacking a wall. So that changes that up a little bit. To completely get rid of that, you would then just put that in there. But I've only seen it happen once out of the 20 times I've ran this so far, so it's fine. It's low enough risk that I don't care. And when they did that, it was actually on the final wave of Dino, so it actually worked to my benefit, so I really didn't care. Of course, we also have decoy buildings. So the decoy buildings is set up into 2 waves. You can set up your decoy buildings into 4 ways if you like by putting them in the corners. I've showed you guys that in the past. This is the 2 decoy waves. So you can, one wave of heroes will take out one side, and another wave will take out the other side. So then you have 2 complete decoys. So yeah, that's about how it goes. So. But the Chieftain does not hit air targets, whereas Thunder God does. So, but the Chieftain does hit way more targets, and also stuns them, and also reduces their energy. So they take down their abilities to use their skills. So the Chieftain is pretty powerful, but is it really worth like $1,000? That's pretty much what it means. I would have to have spent overall is over $1,000 to get that. I'm not saying that I'm not close to it already, but that's like the cost value is like $1,000 to get this guy. Even more so if you're buying it in the $20 chunks. And I was buying stuff in the $20 chunks, you know, because the wife only allowed me to spend so much on a game, you know. But I'm about $120 away from it, so that's where we are with that. And I'm also pretty far away from that 6th space. As you can see, I got lots of stuff to level up to get to there. Alas, it's gonna take a bit of time. So, Witch, I'm gonna probably have to kill you, even though I use you for making things zigzag more. I'm gonna probably have to kill you and feed you, because I don't feel like farming my alt so much. My Smurf. God, it's gonna be so much Smurf farming to get all that gold and all that mana. This is gonna. It's gonna take a while. Wonder how you guys are gonna be doing with that. You guys far away from getting that 6th space? You guys gonna utilize it like right away? Like, you got that. I know I would if I was in that range. I'd be like, got it. Oh, but it's gonna take forever and a day for me. So I'm estimating it about a month out, maybe more. It's gonna be crazy. I'm trying to convince myself to spend the money to get the builders and get the Chieftain all in one shot. There was also another benefit. I also got a bonus 80,000 honor badges. So I'm getting closer to the Earl, so I might be able to get that soon. And then that will give me more honor badges every day. I spent so much trying to get Cupid, and I just really haven't. Ugh. So, this is what it's looking like. This is what my base setup is now. My Town Hall 17 version, whatever. I haven't been keeping track of the versions. But this is the one that's going to be best for a 6-man setup, I think. It's really good for 5 and 3-manning and 4-manning. I've tried so far with it, so it works well. And it's still, you know, has the similar design as the previous ones you guys have seen, so it's nothing radical or crazy. You guys have seen this before. It's nothing new. So, yeah. It's very similar to the 4 one, the 4-man design that I made before, except I added more walls to this side, which then allowed for them to be stacked like this. So, yeah. Craziness. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? It's so far away, so far away. That's, if I don't spend money and I just use the builders I have, that's still going to be like 2 months out, something like that. It's going to be a crazy amount out. I don't know. Probably less than that, but it's going to feel like it's going to take forever. We'll see. We'll see if I can convince the wife to spend that extra little bit, just an extra itty bit. You know, only another $120. You think she's gonna go with it? Oh, but here you go. This is sort of the setup that I do, and yeah, it's working pretty well. And I believe it's going to be the setup I use when I go to 6. So hopefully you've seen this here first. If you didn't, yeah, well, then someone else came up with it too. But you guys saw I said what I was going to be doing back in my 4-man video of G. So I said I was going to be doing this, and I did it, finally. But I was hoping that I would have the 6 base to go with it as well. But I don't, so it will. It'll be okay. We'll be alright, It's gonna... We're gonna have it. It's gonna be here soon. It's gonna be here. It's gonna take a little bit of time, just a little bit of time. Got a plan in place to get it going. The plan will go faster if I spend some money. This game really demands lots of money, doesn't it? You gotta try and convince the wife, hey, can I spend $120 on the game again? You know, she's seen how many times I spent money on it before, you know, so, yeah. But here you guys go. Just wanted to give you a quick update. The Chieftain is very powerful, but does have his downside. He cannot hit the flying troops, so not that great against the Omnicopters and Dragons, and that's where I feel like the higher levels of Here-Be Monsters actually do hurt you the most. But not to say that the ground troops don't hurt you in Here-Be Monsters; they do as well. So, in conclusion, is Chieftain worth it? I don't know yet. Is a 6 base worth it? Only if you've already spent a ton on your bases. Otherwise, if you're a Smurf already, it might be still best just to keep power leveling your heroes as is. I think this is just something they're trying to do to help balance it off, so people that are fighting against Smurfs have a chance in hell. A snowball chance in hell? Even that? I don't know. I think the Smurf is still going to be more powerful for attacking other people's bases, and I think it's still going to be more powerful in Here-Be Monsters in the initial waves. Because the amount of stuff you have to build to get that going, it's only going to benefit the people that have made the wrong decision for a while, and it's making it more sort of a right decision then. So it's going to help them. I think Smurfs are still going to be more powerful. There's so many things they're trying to do to nerf the heck out of Smurfs. You know, they nerf the heck out of them with the buff here, with the not with the daily reward buff, with the might buff. So because Smurfs have lower might, they don't do as well in arenas now. Back in the day, Smurfs used to be like the best thing for arena. Now they're not. Now they're trying to make Smurfs not the best thing in Here-Be Monsters as well. They're trying to take away that from them as well. So they're trying to force people to build this stuff. That's the point of them doing the 6 hero base. They're trying to make them build this stuff. They're trying to make those buildings, which are not your core base, now more important than they were before. So, in conclusion, both ways are valid. I think Smurf is still going to be powerful in the short run. In the long run, because you really need to get these things up to 10 for Here-Be Monsters, and you need your core bases up high for Here-Be Monsters as well. I think in the short run you should still take the Smurf route, and that way you can get your heroes up, because your heroes are still what's really important. Someone with 6 heroes still is not going to break through my base. That's at my might range. They're just going to get destroyed they're gonna to have that many bases that high. Their heroes are gonna be all like level 20 heroes attacking my level 100 heroes. It's not gonna work for them. So yeah, I think smurfing is still gonna be the way to go, but they're making Smurfs less viable each time they come out with a major patch content like this. They're making it Smurfs not the best way to go. But I think it's not that you shouldn't smurf. I think that you should smurf first and then boost might. I think that should be the leveling path. You should specifically get your main heroes up fast, get your core buildings up, and then boost your might. Once you got these to 10, once you got these up to like 16 or 15 or somewhere in there, and once you got your gold vaults decently enough, then you can start building all the crud and boosting your might, not care. But you're still going to want one smurf, because as soon as you boost your might, and that's going to boost your might, you're not going to be able to farm gold that quickly. It's going to be still an issue for farming gold. So you're still going to want a smurf to feed your other account. So keep that in mind too. So I think you should start off as a smurf, then go into might boosting. I think that's going to be the viable route for doing this. What do you guys think? Tell me. Comments below. See what you guys think. I think for people starting off in the game, you should still smurf. That's going to be your best way, I think, to get your heroes high enough to then do stuff that's important. You're going to be able to do more dungeons. You're going to be able to get higher in arena. You're going to do better if you smurf first. Then I think you should level the rest of your stuff. I think that's how it should go. But that's just me, my crazy thoughts. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? But Chieftain, he's gonna be worth it, definitely for arena teams, because he can, especially if they don't nerf his ability or anything in arena, being able to take away people's energy. That's crazy. And being able to stun them, take away their energy, and do all this stuff, it's just it's gonna be a little overpowered in arena. It's going to be overpowered in Here Be Monsters for the ground stuff. Any heroes that are on the ground are going to lose their buff, their revite, sort of, as some people might call it, their revitalize. So they have a ton of energy. The energy is going to be taken away. And since each and every single wave, just like Cupid and Pumpkin Duke, it can use it once per wave, pretty much. Pumpkin Duke can use it a whole bunch of times per wave. That's the stacking effect with Cupid. But Cupid and Chieftain are probably just going to go off once per wave. Probably. Maybe twice. But, and it's going to be crazy. So Chieftain is going to be definitely powerful. Here be monsters. I think he'll definitely make that great 6th hero. So it's going to be interesting. And then I think they're going to make higher difficulties. I think they're going to push H, HIJ. They're going to throw in a K there. So it's going to make H much easier to do, I much easier to do, and J much easier to do.